Sustainable management in the tropical rainforest. In this video, we will be looking at sustainable management. We will be defining what sustainable management is, look at the international and local methods to protect the rainforest. Sustainable management is where we meet the needs of the current population without reducing the ability to meet the needs of the future generation. This will mean that the local people are not disadvantaged and the rainforests are looked after in an environmental way. So let's start off by looking at the international methods of looking after the rainforest. There are 4 ways, which include education, conservation, reducing debt, and international hardwood agreements. We're going to start off by having a look at education. If you educate people about the damage that deforestation causes, it allows people to make a choice about the products that they buy, and they can choose to buy from sustainable sources. Additionally, a local person may damage the rainforest without knowing. By educating local people, it means that they may reduce the damage that they are causing. Furthermore, a local person may be living in poverty. Therefore, by educating them about alternative ways to make money means they will not be dependent on an unsustainable method of making a living. An example is the WWF, which is a non-governmental organization which runs educational programs. Conservation is another method to look after the rainforest. Parts of the rainforest are either converted into national parks or nature reserves. Any damaging activities such as logging are all restricted. However, this can be hard to police. As a result, funds have been set up and overseas governments and businesses can invest in protecting the rainforest. These funds and investments can be used to enforce restrictions on damaging activities and to promote sustainable uses of the rainforest. An example is where Norway paid $70 million into Brazil's Amazon Fund, which was used for conservation. Another way of protecting the rainforest is by reducing debts. Many countries with rainforests are low-income countries, LICs. Many LICs borrow money from wealthier countries, and as a result, they are in debt. The wealthier country can reduce or cancel debts entirely to allow the country to spend the money on conservation. However, there is no guarantee that this money is spent on conservation. Therefore, an alternative method is to do a conservation swap. This is when the debt is paid off in exchange for a guarantee that the money is spent on conservation. An example of when this was achieved was in 2010 between the USA and Brazil, when an agreement was signed to convert Brazil's £13.5 million debt into a fund to protect large areas of the rainforest. Another way to protect the rainforest is international hardwood agreements. Hardwood is a term given to certain types of trees, such as mahogany. This type of wood is good for furniture, and as a result, they are in high demand. Unfortunately, hardwood trees are becoming increasingly rare. The international agreements help to prevent illegal logging and promote the use of hardwood from sustainable sources. An example is the Forest Stewardship Council, which mark their timbers with their logo, indicating that it was sustainably sourced. Rainforests can also be sustainably managed on a local scale by using methods such as selective logging, preventing illegal logging, replanting, and ecotourism. Let's start having a look at selective logging. Selective logging is when only certain types of trees are cut down. The trees are cut down are older, whereas the younger trees are left to fully mature. And this is typically on a 30 to 40 year cycle. The benefits of selective logging is that the overall structure of the rainforest is maintained and the soil is not exposed, therefore reducing the risk of soil erosion. Another way of managing the rainforest is to replant any trees which have been cut down. The new trees need to match the trees which have been cut down, and this allows the original forest to almost be recreated. It is also possible to collect seeds from the original rainforest which are grown into saplings elsewhere and then replanted in the tropical rainforest. An example of this is the REGUA, which is a project in the Atlantic rainforest of Brazil. Ecotourism is another way to sustainably manage the rainforest. Ecotourism is a responsible way to travel to natural environments which conserve the environment. The benefits of ecotourism is that there is minimal damage, as only small groups of people are permitted at a given time, and any waste or litter are disposed of properly. It also benefits the local people, as it provides an income because they can act as guides and provide accommodation and transport. Also, if local people are employees in tourism, they are no longer needing to damage the rainforest with activities such as logging or farming. Ecotourism can also raise awareness of conservation issues. It will bring money in to help with the protection of the rainforest. Another way to protect the rainforest is to prevent illegal logging. This can be difficult in remote areas of the rainforest. However, with technologies such as satellites and drones, detection is becoming easier. Now that you've revised sustainable management in the rainforest, have a go at these questions. What does sustainable management mean? Explain what is meant by the term conservation swap. What is selective logging? What techniques are used to monitor illegal logging? Pause the video now before the answers are shown. Sustainable management means meeting the needs of the current generation without reducing the ability of future generations to meet their needs. Conservation swap is a part of a debt is paid off in exchange for the guarantee that money is spent on conservation. Selective logging is when certain trees are cut down, and these are usually the mature trees. And the technologies used to monitor illegal logging are satellites and drones.